20 years ago, I got an ad just when I got my voter information, and they were advertising for poll workers.
2 decades of service, Angie Wensgard says she loves being a poll worker. Upholding the integrity of the election process has kept her coming back to the job year after year.
The year that we had the governor's recall of Gray Davis, that was a really big one. Everyone was coming out and had all sorts of opinions, and they wanted to talk about them. And as you know, we don't talk about how we vote at the vote center. That's electioneering. We don't do it.
Every year, Wensgard goes through 8 hours of training in person and then additional online training. Wensgard says the job does come with its challenges.
People come in already really frustrated with their life for some other reason. It's hard to think that maybe they won't feel like their vote might count.
Attitudes towards poll workers have changed over the years. A rise in threats towards election workers spiked since the 2020 presidential election. The Department of Justice says there have been more than 1,500 threats made against election officials and their staff from across the country in the past year.
And about 10% of them include threats that are prosecutable, that are threats of actual violence or death. And so we are seeing this increased aggression toward the people who are in charge of running elections.
A new law signed by Governor Gavin Newsom could keep election workers safe by not publishing poll workers' names. Kim Alexander with the California Voters Foundation explains.
I think in the past, it was a measure of accountability to let people know, who was working in the polling places. And also, I think in part, the other goal there is to make sure that people have access to language needs that some voters have.
Alexander says under the federal and California Voting Rights Act, there are strong language accessibility laws, so the new law should not hurt those who are in need at the polls.